Marshall vs Southern Miss. The Marshall Thundering Herd have been struggling this season as they are 10-17, 3-11, so far. They are being led by senior guard Tevian Kinsey, who is averaging 19 points, 5 rebounds and 4.5 assists per game. They are coming off a 99-84 home loss against the Marshall Thundering Herd. The Herd struggled on the defensive end, allowing the 49ers to shoot 62.1% from the field throughout the game. The Golden Eagles are not a good offensive team, ranked number 321 in adjusted offensive efficiency. They are outside the top 290 in field goal percentage, turnover rate and offensive rebounding percentage. Southern Miss will be at a severe height disadvantage on Monday night, as it is number 215 in average height. Marshall, which is number 283 in adjusted defensive efficiency, is number 21 in height. Forward Tyler Stevenson leads Southern Miss with 14.5 points and 7.6 rebounds per game. Second leading scorer Tay Hardy went down with a season-ending injury just 7 games into the season, while fourth leading scorer Jaron Pierre Jr. is questionable with an undisclosed issue. Our first pick is Marshall -6. The Golden Eagles are not a good offensive team, ranked number 321 in adjusted offensive efficiency. They are outside the top 290 in field goal percentage, turnover rate and offensive rebounding percentage. Southern Miss will be at a severe height disadvantage on Monday night, as it is number 215 in average height. Marshall, which is number 283 in adjusted defensive efficiency, is number 21 in height. Forward Tyler Stevenson leads Southern Miss with 14.5 points and 7.6 rebounds per game. Second leading scorer Tay Hardy went down with a season-ending injury just 7 games into the season, while fourth leading scorer Jaron Pierre Jr. is questionable with an undisclosed issue. Our second pick is over 153. West Virginia vs TCU. West Virginia has lost each of its last 3 and 10 of the last 11. The Mountaineers are last in the Big 12 at 3-10 and 14-12 overall. In the loss to Kansas, Sean McNeil was the leading scorer for West Virginia with 18 points, but the Mountaineers as a team shot poorly, hitting only 27.9% of their shots overall and 30.0% from behind the three-point line. The Mountaineers were also out-rebounded by the taller Jayhawks 49-32. The Mountaineers will be able to battle on the road and cover the spread against the Horned Frogs. When I look at both teams' numbers, I notice that West Virginia has a more efficient offense. They will be able to score on this tough TCU defense. It will also be extremely difficult for TCU to score on the West Virginia defense. According to KenPom, the Mountaineers have the 37th most efficient defense in the league. TCU has struggled the past few weeks, and I believe the Big 12 Conference tournament will be anarchy. It will start in this game, as the Mountaineers will be able to slow down this struggling offense. West Virginia is also very scrappy on the defensive side. They will be able to force the Horned Frogs to make turnovers and turn those into easy transition points. This is going to be a low-scoring defensive battle, as both of these teams have solid defenses. Our first pick is West Virginia +4. On the defensive side of the ball, the Horned Frogs are also very solid. According to KenPom, TCU has the 29th most efficient defense in the country. They can stop anybody, but have to tighten up after their last game if they want to slow down the Mountaineers. Opposing teams are only scoring an average of 63.8 ppg, which is the 38th lowest total given up in college basketball. The Horned Frogs also do an incredible job of rebounding the ball. They are snatching an average of 37 RPGs this season. This is the 12th most boards grabbed per game. They only allow their opponents to take 1 shot each possession, and they try to not give up any offensive rebounds. TCU doesn't play as aggressively on the defensive end though. They force the 233rd least amount of steals each game. They force missed shots and rebound the ball more than they force turnovers. Watch for the Horned Frogs to contest each shot that is put up. They are blocking an average of 4 shots per game. This is the 81st most in the country, and they will try for even more than that against the poor shooting Mountaineers. On the defensive side of the ball, the Mountaineers are also extremely efficient. According to KenPom, they have the 37th most efficient defense in the nation. They are only allowing their opponent to score an average of 67 ppg. This is the 121st best average in college basketball. West Virginia can lock anyone down. Watch for them to contest each shot and even get a piece of a few shots. They are averaging the 27th most blocks per game in all of college basketball. West Virginia is tallying up around 4.96 bpg and will do everything in its power to alter the shot. I also see that they are extremely feisty and aren't afraid to get on the ground for the loose ball. West Virginia is averaging the 59th most steals per game in the country. They turn the opposing team over and quickly turn the takeaway into easy transition points. The only part of this defense that worries me is on the glass. They are averaging the 274th most RPG in the country. The Mountaineers will have to rebound the ball on the defensive end and now give the Horned Frogs any second or third chance opportunities. Our second pick is over 132.5. San Francisco vs Pacific. Jamari Bui, 17.3 ppg, leads 3 Dons averaging over 12 ppg, and he had a game to forget against St. Mary's with only 2 points on 1-9 shooting, and he only had 12 points in the previous game. Leading Johan Misalski, 14.2 ppg 9.7 rpg, had 10 points and 10 rebounds in the loss to St. Mary's, and he has a double-double in 9 straight games. Shabazz, 12.9 ppg, has scored at least 22 points in 2 of the last 3 games and he shot well in those games, while only shooting 37.5% on the season. Stefanina has stepped up in the scoring department, as of late averaging 18.3 ppg over the last 4 games. On the season, San Francisco is 5-2 on the road. Pacific has been playing very well at home lately. The Tigers won each of the last 3 games and managed to beat a team such as Brigham Young. I am not saying they will beat the Dons here, but they did defeat them last year at Spano Center. Still, the Dons are very good this season, and I seriously doubt they will lose on Monday, but I don't believe the visitors will get an easy win. I am aware that the Dons were better in recent H2H duels, but I cannot ignore the fact that the Tigers covered 5 of the previous 10 H2H encounters. Our first pick is the Tigers at +13. Bailey led the Tigers with 22 points and 8 rebounds. Luke Avdalovic added 17 points, game-high 3 steals, and game-high 2 blocks, while Nick Blake had 10 points, 6 boards, and 2 thefts. Pacific has the 314th offense in the country that averages 65.1 points per game, while the Tigers' defense is 217th as it allows 70.3 points per contest. The Tigers are 154th in pace with 69.3 possessions per 40 minutes, while they are 332nd in ORT with 93.4 points per 100 possessions. Senior guard Gabe Stefanini led the Dons with 23 points and team-high 4 assists. Khalil Shabazz followed him with 22 points and team-high 3 steals, while Johan Misalski posted a double-double of 10 points and game-high 10 rebounds, along with game-high 4 blocks. San Francisco's offense is 56th in the NCAA as it averages 76.5 points per game, while the Dons' defense is 85th as it allows 65.9 points to the rivals. The Dons are 89th in pace with 70.8 possessions per 40 minutes, while they are 54th in ORT with 108.1 points per 100 possessions. Our second pick is over 137.5. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.